Well, my name is Todd Bailey, and I am the owner of KRB Financial, and I am here on behalf of Small Business Insights of the Triangle, and I'm meeting with Edgar and Heather, the owners of Ararat Import-Export, wine and beer and various other things. So I want to start by thanking you for the opportunity to sit down for a few minutes, then we would love to be able to hear your story a little bit. So how did you guys get started?
Well, we started it with this wine, with the pomegranate wine from my home country, from Armenia. It goes way back. Me and Heather, we used to be a dancer with the Carolina Ballet, professional dancers. And for 5 or 6 years, I wasn't able to go back home. And finally, when I got my green card, and I was like, okay, finally I'm going to go visit my families. And at the time, we were dating, and I wanted to introduce Heather to my parents and friends and families. So we went back home. And in Armenia, it's after you don't visit family members for 5 years, you got to go see everybody every hour, and you got to drink and eat. And you got to toast with brandy and vodka, and it doesn't matter what time is it. So, you just got to do it. Yeah. So Heather was she's like, it's I cannot keep up with you guys with toasting, with brandy all day long. So my mom brought this bottle of wine, and it was a pomegranate wine, and she tried it, and she liked it, and she took this around it. And when we came back to the United States, she was shopping at the Whole Foods, and she saw pomegranate fruits, how popular they are, superfood, #1 antioxidant, and she's like, why don't you bring that wine back into U.S. and that's how pretty much the whole thing started.
I really thought it would do well. Those antioxidants, all the press that the blueberries were having. When I was in Whole Foods, it all said pomegranate, the new superfood, even higher in antioxidants than blueberry, even better. And I thought, well, being ballet dancers, your career is not all that long, and he's always looking for something to do when we're done dancing. I thought, well, shoot, he's got something from his country. Why don't you bring the pomegranate wine? And he got together with another
dancer who was injured at the time, and he wasn't dancing. So I was like, hey, why don't you figure it out? Do the internet search, And he did. He told me, and we started it.
So you brought it in, you got off the ground, and how did you start getting the word out?
Well, that's another thing. Yes, we did. We brought the first container, and then we're like, oh, okay, so what do we do now? And I sent a few bottles to New York Times, Washington Post, USA Today, and right before Thanksgiving in 2003, they wrote an article. Everybody wrote an article, and that was it.
The New York Times did their article, literally said that they suggest it instead of Riesling with your Thanksgiving dinner. It's got this spiciness to it, but still a little bit sweet. And then I think USA Today said it harks back to ancient aphrodisiacs.
Yep.
You cannot pay money for things like this. And they, you know what I mean? And they just came out, so he started getting phone calls. People, where do we buy it? How do we get it? And we ended up hooking up with other distributors in other states. And before he knew it, he had no pomegranate wine. Nothing was on order. Nobody knew how to do anything.
And that's what made me to contact the same distributors who I sold the pomegranate, asking them if they have anything that I can buy it and distribute for them here. So
he was already going. I believe he had originally gotten us into some quite a few Harris Teeters and some other
Whole Foods,
grocery stores.
Whole Foods was the one of the.
When I got the first
10 cases order, I was like, oh my god, that was like the biggest thing ever for me. Yeah.
But he's already going in there, and so we thought, well, that's what you do, right? You just sell other products. So since I'm going in there, let me have something else to sell. And all this time we're still dancing full-time dancers. Ricky at Carolina Ballet was great. He let him have a very, very light schedule. He didn't have to, if he didn't need him, hey, you can go. I know you want to try and start your own business. He's kind of excited for him.
Yeah.
And he would come to rehearsal, and then he would leave, and he'd put on a nice shirt. He'd go sell some wine. In the morning before rehearsal, he'd put on a baseball cap and go drive his little van and do his deliveries. And on the weekends we would go into different stores, different Harris Teeters, and do wine tastings and sell our wine. And little by little, we grew it.
We end up here. No, yeah.
Right. To where we are today.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you started with the pomegranate. And that's still kind of the main thing. But you've added stuff since then. What are some things where are you at now?
Yeah, now we've got a very, very large, diverse Belgian beer portfolio. Got great wines from Chile, Spain, Argentina, France. We've got a whole group of non-GMO and organic wines that we bring in just for not just for the Whole Foods, but
they're the
a lot of
largest
business with Whole
buyer.
Foods with those wines, with the organics. And we've kind of diversified our portfolio to try to hit some of the restaurants. Restaurants don't usually want the same wines that are in the grocery stores, so we've really expanded in that department. We let the beer kind of help us usually beers are easy, and a lot of the Belgian beers that we have,
well known.
their reputation kind of precedes them. So people know the beer we had before they knew who we were.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we know that beer.
We know, yeah.
Okay.
And so we've kind of just been trying to expand into territories.
Yeah.
So now, as business owners, we had a little conversation before we started interviewing, and you had mentioned that the people that you have are what makes you kind of unique. So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Just got tremendous office staff. We've got sales reps that have been with us. One of them has been with us from the very beginning. 9 years she's been here.
Very loyal, and they've done the same thing. They've started it helping me way from 2005 or 6.
Yeah.
Working at the warehouse, helping me doing
like
deliveries.
all the way up.
So that's the thing. People know, every aspect of the business. Yeah. So that's why, I guess that's why I feel that we were successful.
We've got drivers that we've had
for many, I don't know,
6 and 7 years.
Yeah.
One of them over there who's he's been a bad boy sometimes. We love him, and I think we kind of feel like everyone's
one big family.
Now you had mentioned one of the keys. I don't know if you use this term, but a key to success was you and your salespeople have just become good listeners in the marketplace. Listening.
Absolutely.
So describe that a little bit.
We pretty much had no
experience. We had no idea
in this at all.
Neither
of us have any sort of business background. No, nothing. Yeah. But we're in the same places as these other distributors are, and you hear. I mean, not that we are perfect in any way, shape, or form, but we did try to say, well, I heard that they really hate it when people do this or they do that. Let's try not to do that, and I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do it and make some people mad, but that's why we did it. And then the other thing I was telling you is we really ended up meeting very good people along on our journey. Mm-hmm. Just really good people
who helped us,
great people with
succeed.
fantastic products. Charlie Willis from Shield,
Ed Field, from Natural Merchant,
just really good people.
Helps you really.
They help us, and they have done these programs with these, like Whole Foods and other places, and then that teaches us how to do it. So.
Now you guys have talked about some of what you described as some of your secrets to success, and one of them was tenacity. Never giving up.
Never being tired, just never sleeping. Now it's funny because we have a 5-year-old now, but I would say for our first, 6 years, I don't think that there was ever a moment where I didn't work. I tried to have my weekends, but
Yeah, well, now you try. Before we didn't have that. There was not very much the weekends,
And still, we love being right here in the heart of downtown, so close to downtown.
Yep.
And if anybody needs anything,
we're there.
We'll meet you at the warehouse. We'll let you in. We'll go bring it to you.
Very personal.
Absolutely. That's probably another key is that really, like, anytime if somebody runs out of something, I'm in a jam, I need something, we'd
here,
love
you
to
know.
be able to be like, oh yeah, we can help.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can help.
With the guy who will come.
So who are some of the best types of people you like to have conversations with? You like to do business with? What types of businesses or individuals are there?
I think they're all so different. I love my relationship with the fresh market. I love him. I love going to local restaurants and meeting people, and you know.
Yeah, or we
goals.
recently we had a wine tasting at the Visual Arts Exchange.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was really fun.
was
You know
a
that
big,
place?
I've heard
big,
of
big,
it.
Yeah.
that was great. You know, places like that.
And you
Yeah.
mentioned bottle shops. And
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we do.
absolutely. The bottle
yeah.
shops are
Many
key.
of them, yeah, and that they support us, and we support them as much as we can. You know, yeah,
That's excellent.
yeah.
So now, if somebody wants to get in touch with you to find a little bit more about Ararat and just see, hey, I'd like to learn more about, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Personally, or you know, phone call. I think that's the
I'd
best
say
one.
call the
you
office.
know, yeah.
Call the office.
Call the office.
We
and
can get
we will-
anybody, you know, a digital copy of a price book. We can,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
put almost everybody that works in the office. We all know the portfolio inside and out.
Yeah,
so
well,
if somebody said,
Yeah,
"Hey, I'm
we'll send
looking
the
for this,"
sales up. If not,
and then we can
I'll
help
go see
everyone
him.
up with
You know, or you know, she will go. Whatever.
Yeah.
Make it
Do
happen.
whatever I gotta do.
What's the phone number for them to reach out
Oh,
to
it's
you?
919-212-3313.
Fantastic. Well, this is great.
Hey.
Just to be able to sit here and chat with the both of you and
Yeah,
learn a little bit
thank
more
you.
about the business. And
Thank you.
we certainly